Now, one of the things that we're going to do with the next lesson is we are actually going to be constructing within the root shapes that we've talked about with the cage system, this series of half steps and whole steps that we call a major scale. And the one thing that you need to remember is that if we're staying in this root pattern, we kind of have to stay in this like little 4 or maybe even a 5 fret position. We can't just keep crawling up the neck as far as the cage system boxes go. So what we're going to do, like if I'm in pattern 1, we'll say pattern 1, which happens to be the C shape, and I'm going to move it up here to where it's an E so you can see it a little bit better. We're basically in 4th position here when we're playing pattern 1 in the key of E. So you're going to start with your 4th finger, and then you need to go to a whole step from the first note to the second note of the major scale. And the problem is that we can't just go up this string because now we're out of the position. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to learn the distance for a half step and a whole step going up each set of strings here. If you're playing on any of the strings except for the 2nd and 3rd strings, basically a whole step would be this distance. If I'm on C here on the 8th fret, D would be here on the 5th fret. So wherever your pinky is on the 6th string, a whole step up on the 5th string would be where your 1st finger is if you're playing 1 finger per fret. If I was to move down, here, this is F, that's G, same thing. So F on the 5th string, 8th fret is a whole step down from G on the 5th fret, 4th string. If I go down one, this is B flat on the 8th fret, 4th string, and C, which would be a whole step up, would be on the 5th fret, 3rd string. Alright, if we want to make these half steps, we're just going to drop the note on the lower string. So if this is C, here is C sharp or D flat. I can demonstrate here C, C sharp there, C, C sharp there. Here's F. So instead of doing the whole step to G, we're doing to G flat or F sharp, since it's the same thing. This is B flat, here is B. Now when we get to the 2nd and 3rd strings, we run into a little problem. All of these strings are 4 notes apart. And what I mean by that is if we start on the 6th string, which is E, and we're going to the 5th string, which is A, what you're going to get is, and I'll count on my fingers here, E, F, G, A. There are 4 notes there. If we go from the 5th string to the 4th string, which is A to D, we get A, B, C, D. We have 4 note names in there. If we go from the D string to the G string, we have D, E, F, G. We have 4 notes. Now, from the 3rd string to the 2nd string, we run into a problem. Those are the G and the B strings. G, A, B. We have 3 notes. That actually changes how we interact between the 2 strings there. Moving on, just get the last 2 strings. B to E is also a 4th. B, C, D, E. Now, when we're in between the 2nd and 3rd strings, we just have to remember that a whole step, like if I'm playing down here, I'm playing a C on the 3rd string, 5th fret, on the D on the 2nd string is going to be on the 3rd fret. It won't be this distance like we do with all the other strings. You get a whole step, it's actually going to be that much. And then when we get back to the 1st and 2nd strings, it's back to that distance. And then if we want a half step, we just move it down 1.